What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about The Flash, Season 4, Episode 7, Therefore I Am. So what?
I thought you were going to say, and we're Pleeka.
So what do you think about this episode?
It was really good.
Yeah, this is a really good episode. I think one of the strongest episodes of this season.
I really liked the fact that it was his origin kind of thing. It was just fun to watch. It was interesting because they hadn't shown us anything about him.
Yeah, we've only gotten like little sneak little bits of him at the end, like little end credit scenes, kind of.
Yeah.
So it was. I really like the actor playing him. He's almost like a mustache twirling villain, like when he's talking to Barry. He's like, I really like him. It's cool too that it's like he's not a speedster, so it's interesting trying to figure out his plan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wrote down on here is it was cool seeing Harrison Wells from season 1 again.
That was
There
cool.
was a lot of little nods back to season 1 in this episode, but it was cool seeing you get to see the whole particle accelerator scene, like when Iris gets her bag stolen.
Yeah.
And then it was funny, he didn't even think about this when we were doing the episode, or we were watching the episode, and Harrison Wells was talking, and he's like, "Oh, DeVoe, that must mean the guy to your right is Clifford DeVoe." And I was like, "Oh, he knows who the Thinker is," and you're like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
And that was a really cool scene because you know that he's Reverse Flash, so he's already like read about this in the future, what happens and all that stuff. So I was curious to go, I'm a big fan of your work, and that's because he's a villain of the Flash.
Right.
So I thought that was a really cool like little nod that I bet not a lot of people kind of noticed. You know, it's something that could fly by.
And since he wasn't really the Thinker yet, he doesn't know.
Yeah. It was. I said I liked this Barry's little sneak move when he stole DeVoe's cup, like when they were talking, and he quickly flashed over, grabbed it, and then he had Cisco vibe it. I thought that was very smart.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't get anywhere, but I thought
cool.
I thought it was like a cool, smart move that I wondered why. It's like, oh, is he gonna get like he doesn't need fingerprints because they already know who he is. He doesn't need like saliva.
Yeah.
So I was really wondering like what was the point?
Yeah, I was thinking the DNA, but like he already knows who he is.
Yeah. It was funny when Cisco mentioned that Flash has a bad history with wheelchairs. He points over at Harry. He's like, "Yeah, it wasn't me."
Yeah.
That was really funny. I was disappointed that the only Ralph Dibny scene we got this episode was the stretched little scenes you get in the commercials.
Oh yeah.
Which I wonder if people, because there's a lot of people that watch this just on the CW app and stuff like that. I wonder if they get to see the scenes as well. I bet not, because it seems like it's just like in place of a commercial.
But it is a commercial.
Yeah, I just wonder if people get them on there or not.
Comment down below.
Yeah, the Thinker's origin scene with the particle accelerator was really cool. Him like waiting for it, and you see like the raindrops like reverse and go up, like how they do like the Flash little scenes.
Yeah.
And then he puts his cap on, gets struck by lightning, and flown into a fucking building.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was like I never would have thought that he got his thinking power from that.
I thought he was just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm smart," and like that's how he is. But I thought it was cool that they
I'm smart.
that they stretched it back to season 1 and that he's a metahuman. But he was like, it's weird. He's a metahuman, but he's like, they looked it up and he doesn't have the gene. So like, is it just in the helmet, or is he just smart enough he knows how to cover up people from seeing that?
Oh, I don't know.
I was wondering about that because when Flash asked him, he's like, "How do we not see your metahuman gene?" He's like, "Well, I'm smarter than you, Barry." That's really all he said. Oh yeah, I liked how Barry was doing his little chart graph again to Clifford DeVoe, just like how he did. He had the same chart about who the Reverse Flash is, his mother's death, and all that.
Yeah.
We got to see his office again, which we haven't seen, I think, since last season.
Yeah,
because he shared it with Julian.
Yeah.
But that was cool. Like he tried to hide it from Iris, and she found it.
He didn't hide it very well.
Yeah, that was another cool little callback though to season 1 that they did.
Yeah. No, I really liked the some of it was just like the same scene, but like after like Barry leaves with Iris,
then you get to see like
then
extra.
You see it. I was like, oh yeah, this happened too. It's just like a different perspective, and they could do that with all the metas, like show them like what happened to them, where they were when it happened, and I mean they do that.
Yeah,
a
well,
lot.
they did that in season 1, like in the back half of the season, when the Weather Wizard, the original one, you see the airplane go down, and then you see that his brother also became the Weather Wizard. So yeah, I love when they do that, especially I think it was either season 2, when Flash goes back in time and he sees himself fighting I can't think of the guy's name, the guy that it was like did sound stuff and he was like deaf. And then he ended up accidentally making that guy friends with them when he time traveled. But that was cool. Like you get to see them fight from a different perspective. Like that's always cool when they do that.
Just like the newest Black Canary, like we got to see what happened to her.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting to see like what happens to other people.
Yeah. How did Barry not think that there was gonna be cameras inside the house? Like when he broke into DeVoe's
I don't
house.
know. That was
Even you were saying that. You're like, oh, he's got cameras everywhere. Probably has someone in his house.
well, yeah.
And then literally the next scene, Flash is like, yeah, he has cameras in Star Labs. Probably has cameras in our house. He has cameras in the samurai thing. And you're like, yeah, he probably has cameras in his house, Barry. And then like all of a sudden
then they got a photo of him.
yeah, all of a sudden Clifford's wife is crying
like,
in the police
dangled
station.
like a carrot in front of him.
Yeah. And then he ended up getting a restraining order against him from Clifford DeVoe, which he instantly broke in the next scene and went and met him.
And he probably has cameras there too.
But that was kind of
Although
cool
just
though.
getting him arrested isn't his big plan. So
Yeah,
like,
which I really want. I don't know what his plan is because like it has to do with some of his body deteriorating, right? Because I know he has that chair,
probably.
but his body's still deteriorating. Like he's still gonna die soon.
So is that how they're gonna beat him? They just turn his chair off.
You think if they just all went into hiding for like a year, he'd be dead, and then they'll gotta worry about it.
But they don't know that.
And then the last thing I wrote down for my notes, it's probably the most important one of all, is can Iris stop saying we are the Flash?
Now,
That's the second time she said that this season.
were you surprised when she said it?
Honestly, yes, because when she
Really?
but because she started the monologue, and she's talking to Flash. Oh, we're good, blah blah blah, yeah, doing all our stuff. And then he goes, "Yeah, Barry, because we are the Flash." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be real fucking stupid if she said that." And then like literally a second later, she's like, "Because we are the Flash," and I was like, "Ah, Iris, no, you're not. You're Iris. He's the Flash, and you guys help him out a little bit.
It's Team Flash.
He could still. It would take him a little longer." But he's
Well,
smart.
not really, because he could just go back in time.
But he'd still take down the villains and shit without them.
Well, they weren't a lot of help this episode.
Or yeah, no one fucking believed him. Or he would find other ways. But like they don't walk around going, "Yeah, we are Vibe. We are all Killer Frost." No,
Yeah.
she has her own fucking problems. She's Killer Frost.
We are Arrow.
Yeah, it's so
What
dumb.
do you think Oliver would think of that?
He'd roll his eyes and be like, "Barry, really?" He's like, "I don't call the whole team Arrow." Like, it's so that her saying that is just as bad as the line in Supergirl. And she goes, "Oh my God, she can't hold her breath underwater."
No, it's way worse.
Ugh, it's so dumb. But what were some things you liked about the episode?
Well, I actually liked your reaction when that happened, because I was just joking.
Yeah, I know you were. And then literally, that was like, that'd be so fucking dumb.
You didn't say that. You were just like,
What? That's that would be so fucking dumb.
oh. And then she said it. You're like, oh my God.
Well, yeah, I couldn't believe, I couldn't believe they actually wrote it. It was a stretch and dumb the first time, but it's like, oh, it's dumb, but kind of cute, she said it. And then,
It wasn't cute.
and then they,
Stupid.
they fucking did it again.
What I liked is what we already talked about, though, is just that I liked his origin.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like the fact that Barry was the only one who believed that he was a bad guy. Because usually it's
Yeah.
Barry that was like the trusting one.
Well, that's what it was funny because he brought up. He's like, guys, everybody that's nice to us in that like comes into our lives is a fucking psychopath and wants to murder us all. And this guy's in a wheelchair, so why don't we, be on like the side?
Yeah.
Because it's every other time Barry's like, oh come on, guys,
Yeah.
he could be good.
Yeah.
But now he's learned.
Not
'cause-
everybody's bad.
and they, it's just I don't understand why they did not believe him. But it was kind of cool seeing like.
And then it didn't take much. They're like, Barry, you visited him? He's like, well, he knew I was the Flash.
They're like,
Oh,
oh,
we're
fuck,
sorry.
Yeah, we're
Like,
dumb.
Couldn't he just, lied?
He could have, yeah. I thought that was a cool scene though, and he's like, "Are you asking? Is Barry asking, or is the Flash asking?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh fuck, how'd you know?" And he's like, "Barry, I'm smarter than you."
Yeah.
That can just be his answer for everything. Barry was asking him.
Yeah, he's a good villain because I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him, but then when he's in a scene, it's like, oh, it's interesting, like what he's
No,
gonna
I mean
do.
I like his acting and stuff. I just don't. He kind of scares me. Like, how they're gonna outsmart him.
Yeah.
The thing about the bad guys that they run into for the yearly bad guy,
Mm-hmm.
they've already played the game. Like, it's not fair. Like
But what do you mean?
Like Saboteur last year, he'd already done it like 27
Oh,
million times.
yeah.
So like he already knows what's gonna happen. I feel like this guy already knows what's gonna happen, even though
See,
it's not
but-
the same.
Yeah, but he knows. I guess he does have different outcomes. Like he said, oh, in one instance they were gonna call me the teacher, which is fucking stupid. Probably a reference to something in the comics, but
Yeah.
eventually, like he's gonna think something and it's not gonna happen, and then he's gonna be like, oh fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but really,
I
that's
feel like
lame as hell.
I feel like that's the only way they can beat
They'd be
him.
like, oh, I didn't think of that. Even though my name's the Thinker.
Yeah, that's how it'll probably honestly end. Yeah, because it's not gonna be a fist fight. That fucker ain't doing shit.
He can't even pick up a book.
But he probably will, because it'll probably end up coming like he'll make that metahuman army that he's building. I mean, there's still a couple. There's only been like 4, so there's like 8 or so
And
left that he
Ralph.
could do. I guess, yeah. So he'll probably build the metahuman army, and then they'll
Is it an
they'll
army?
think of a way to stop him that he didn't think of. And then they'll get to him and they'll arrest him. And then I bet you he'll be the villain that doesn't die. He gets arrested, so he can either come back on Legends or come back a year later or whatever, you know?
Oh, you think
Because
that-
most of them, they're like,
Legends
oh,
was
you're a
canceled.
Speed Force person, or you exploded. Or whatever, you know? Or, oh, you're dead, or time erased you, stuff like that. Like, he's a person. So, like, I think he'll just get, like, I think he'll end up going to, can't think of the place. What's the place that Lila is in charge of?
Oh, yeah, I never can remember the name of that place.
I totally am drawing a blank. But, you know,
it's that island.
well, it's on the island. It's the whole base that him and Captain Cold broke into last year. I don't know
Yeah.
why I can't think of the fucking Argus.
There you go.
He'll probably end up going to Argus by the end, and there'll be like some little thing, you know, him like talking to like the next villain or something like that.
He'll
But
he'll be like Silence of the Lambs, like making some guy like choke on his own tongue.
Maybe. But I thought this was a really really good episode. And
Yeah, I liked it.
it was a.
I don't want him to just not think of something and how he gets caught.
I mean,
Even though I don't like him.
It'll be more than that.
Like,
But that'll be the start of it. I think.
I think like Barry's gonna outsmart him somehow,
I mean, maybe yeah.
and or
Like
trick
I,
him.
like I said, this maybe it'll all happen. Barry becomes evil in the end, and he just reverse flashes him. Like I said, he should have this episode. Like when they were in his
would've-
little
Yeah.
classroom, Barry just went. Guys, I don't know what happened. He had a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
He could have lied.
No, he should. It would have made for a way shorter season.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time someone on this show's lied. They lie all the fucking time to each other.
or kept a secret.
Yeah, I remember the first because he started watching this like, I guess right before the last season started, and like literally every other episode he'd come up to me and be like, "Oh, Iris lied about this. Oh, now Joe's lying to Barry." And, like I never noticed how much they lie to each other until every time you're done with an episode, you'd be like, "Oh, what, did you like it? Yeah, but this guy lied to this person."
Well, it's just because they're like, "Oh, Barry, don't tell him this." And
Yeah,
then,
that does get that's why the show I think they get better like in the later half of the seasons because then all the secrets are out and no one has any secrets from each other.
Yeah, it's just like, "Oh, yeah, I got this, but don't tell anybody." It's like, shut the fuck up.
I thought this episode did a good job, unlike Supergirl did, where it's like this is a good episode and then we get the cool crossover, but I'm still looking forward to like because it wasn't like a
You know what's funny about that?
what
They both showed their bad guy.
yeah
Like, it wasn't really an origin with
It-
Supergirl, but
like-
it was like,
yeah this could have been just like Supergirl's. This could have been the mid-season finale.
Supergirl, I wanted to claw my eyes out, and then this one I didn't want to end.
Well, because on Supergirl, a lot of the scenes, the people were not good actors. I don't know what happened on Supergirl last week. But like the girl
Same as
when
last
she
week.
became Rain, which I thought about this. I know this isn't Flash, but so you know how like with Superman and like Supergirl, that AI, I don't know what it's called. It's probably not really an AI, but like they talk to their mom or whatever, or their
Yeah.
dad. It's not really them. It's just like the computer and like it's generated stuff to say to
Yeah.
them. How did the computer know that she got pregnant at a young age and didn't get her powers and blah blah all that bullshit when it was literally in the desert on the floor for a while, then she made it come up?
Oh, I also visited her in her sleep.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that.
And someone
thing.
graffitied all over her face.
Yeah, to me that doesn't make any sense at all.
I mean, a giant thing came out of the desert.
Yeah, I don't know, I just thought about that last night as I
and
was
she
editing the
walked
video.
there. So how
Yeah.
far could it be?
All right, well, let's not get into Supergirl. Any other things you want to say about this, or that you're looking forward to in the crossover or finale of Flash or mid-season finale?
Well, I mean, the crossover should be fun.
Yeah, I think that'll be really cool. It'll be fun too, cause like we'll talk about Supergirl and then Arrow, and then next night Flash and Legends. So like it'll be like long videos to talk about.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that'll be. It was fun last year doing like one every single night talking about the
Till the
continued
fourth
story.
night when you were like, I'm sick of doing this.
I was sick of it, which is weird because we do it every night now for these shows. But I was sick of it, but it was also cool because like I was glad we were doing it, but I was
Yeah.
also happy that okay they're done. Like we don't gotta do another video tomorrow and Flash talk about it for an
Alright.
hour or whatever.
You didn't talk about Wally coming back.
Oh yeah, Wally's back, which is cool. He talked about how he fought the alien starfish, which is the first ever Justice League of America villain as a giant starfish from space. So that was cool that he talked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like I look at the cover. It's a giant like starfish wrapped around them and all that. But like, so what's funny is So he comes back. He's like, yeah, I beat an evil starfish from space in this area. But, you guys aren't going to let me go to another Earth next week and fight with you guys and fight Nazis. Because he's not going to fight in the crossover.
How do you know?
He's not he hasn't been in a single... I mean, I guess they could be hiding it. But it would really surprise me if they let him come over and fight.
I mean, if I'm going to go fight in the crossover, I'm taking Ralph.
Yeah, I would too. But they're not going to bring either one of them, I bet.
I mean, and not to help
know what?
me.
You know what
not to help me, just for comedic purposes.
You know what they're going to do, probably? Ralph and Kid Flash, you guys stay here and make sure nothing bad happens in Central City while we're over there on Earth X.
Yeah, because we got Supergirl's sister. We're set.
God. All right, well, I think that's the end of our Flash review this week, guys. We'll be back... not Thursday. We'll be back sometime later this week to talk about Arrow, because fucking Thanksgiving ruins everything. And then, Monday and Tuesday for the crossover.
Yeah, by the time Arrow's on, I'm going to be drunk.
Yeah, that'll be real interesting to talk about. Well, see you guys later. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts on this episode and what you think about the crossover, theories on the Flash, and we'll see you guys next time.